All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, Giants Nation show, and doing another O-line report, week 3 for the New York Giants. Andrew Thomas is back. I do want to talk about Mbow, what he did in the second half, and I want to give a little love to Jermaine Eluemunor. I told myself I wasn't going to do the O-line report as often this year and do other film stuff, and I'm still going to do that. And as the season gets going, I think that's when that will happen a little more, especially with the way things are looking. But I do want to give Jermaine Eluemunor some love and a segment of his own because he deserves it. But we're going to start with Andrew Thomas returning on a pitch count, and he looked really, really good. And honestly, we talk about him pushing off in the foot. The run game I thought is where he made a huge difference, as well as being locked down in the pass. So pass protection. So like and subscribe. Check out the channel. We have everything New York Giants for you from a fan perspective. So let's get into it. And pass protection with Andrew Thomas. First play here lined up with Chris Jones. This is not the first play of the game, but I wanted to get it against Chris Jones. And I mean, we just see same old Andrew Thomas here. Right? Let's talk about the feet, right? If you guys have watched these O-line reports, if you're new to them, watch them glide and watch them get 3 steps in. 1, 2, 3. Right? We're gliding. 1, 2, 3. It's smooth. But again, this is not like perfect Thomas, right? We're not staying fully square here on this. And Thomas punches, right? Like he doesn't bring the punch first with most guys. A lot of time he's allowing that player to make his move first, and that's when he'll bring his hands. But against a guy like Chris Jones, who can work some power out on the edge, you got to get a punch in there, and he misses high, right? Like he misses on this punch high, even though again it does stall some of Jones' momentum. But see him immediately hit with that high punch. Again, misses, but replace and load your hands up. Now we've got high hand, low hand, great feet, great base, great knee bend, and strain, right? Absorb that strength and strain. Great play. I mean, let's watch it again in full speed. Punch, replace, feet are never crossing over, never giving up too much ground. Good stuff. Next play. Again, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Quick feet. 1, 2, 3. Right, we're staying square. We're horizontal with the line of scrimmage. Punch lands well. Right, watch the punch. Watch the strength in this punch. Bam. Pushes his pads back. Pops his pads up. Gets his hands inactive from the defensive end. Replace, get your hands down low. It's a little blurry. And anchor down. Good stuff. Next play. Right, working a jump set. Oh, sorry, not working a jump set. Wrong play. This time, speed. You get a speed rush from 56. And hey, he's working to the corner. We don't get that third step. We do open our hips up, which is not like Thomas, but it's just you got that athleticism, the hands on him, and the strength to recover. Right, and wash him around the pocket, and then close this off. Watch the hands on this. Punch, pull, so he's not cross chopping at you. Reload your hands and get your hands on him. And again, this is not great technique from Thomas, but this is where the athleticism comes into play. Right, we got our feet crossing up here, like we got to get on our horse a little bit. But this is where again, a lot of times it is perfect with Thomas, but this wasn't a perfect one, and he's able to recover because of his athleticism. Here, protecting the inside. Keep good proportion with the rusher, frame him. Work independent hands, strike, and swipe that left hand off of us. Keep our feet moving. We're mirroring him with him. He works outside. He works back inside. We're here. Kill the will of the rusher. Ball comes out. Again, this next play, this is not great technique, right? Something we talk about is not dropping that post foot inside and swinging it inside. But again, the athleticism gives him the ability to recover. So he doesn't overset here, right? This is good feet. 1, 2, 3. We've got this defensive end framed well. But we lunge with this punch a little bit, right? Trying to slow 91's momentum, or 90. We lunge with this punch and miss it, right? And 90 times it up well, swipes that right arm, and then watch Thomas's right foot. We talk about when these guys work inside that you want to drop your foot. Sorry, went too fast there. You don't want to drop your foot back, further back from your left foot, because it gives a path in for the rusher. And Thomas does do that, right? Like, gives a path to the rusher, but just the athleticism takes over, able to mirror, and just be a better athlete than the defensive end. And then simple, like this is like the one bad play, I would say, where we get aggressive. Defensive end times it up with the cross chop, but you see, again, pull our hands, but you just got to keep your feet moving. Right, feet click here, work around the corner. Again, it's a 3-step drop from Russell Wilson, so you're able to get him around the corner. But that was like the only bad play. And then, stunt pickup, which, again, he makes it look easy. This has been an issue, especially with James Hudson, and right, just recognizing it. Right, we don't overset. We work inside. Pass it off to our left guard. We're here. And Russell Wilson throws an interception. Again, just great recognition of it. Right, defensive end even shows that he's going to drop. Right, like this fake drop in the coverage to get a free rush. He powers down with the defensive end, or the defensive tackle, takes that on, and Runyon messes this up. We can spend some time on how this protection got messed up. I don't know if it's on the back, but again, he does a good job holding his own on that stunt pickup. So pass protection, again, Thomas looked like himself. It actually wasn't like as perfect, but it was really damn good. In the run game, I think Andrew Thomas actually made a legitimate difference. The way he was able to drive block, work guys out, and then down block, like, he gave the running backs more room to work with. He made the defensive line have to play things instead of just getting one guy getting beat and then getting the linebackers downhill free. So let's get into it. First play with this drive block here on 94. On this wide zone, on this zone. All right, so we're quick. We take that bucket step, quick, get to our spot, land our punch with Theo Johnson. And this is how you work a combo, right? It's not getting off, oh, we got to get off and take the linebacker. It's the way you want to do it is you want to block your player that you're doubling into the linebacker, right? Get him caught up in the flow. And that's exactly what they do, right? So force that linebacker to declare. Theo Johnson works that, and then, again, Thomas could do a better job, pinning him out. But at that point, you've got this crease. And what has been happening for the Giants, and this included with Mbow and James Hudson, is this player is stopping them right here. And so, and he might shedding at times too. But let's just think about right here. Think about the left tackle being right here. Right, and then the other guys actually do a better job, so there might be a cut up off the center. But that's been what the Giants have been facing without Andrew Thomas out there. Next play. Again, creating space. Quick feet, get hand placement, and then watch the right hand. Torque them out. Keep your feet moving upon contact. Get movement, torque them out. Good stuff. Next play. Again, sustaining, but not getting shed quickly. Getting to our spots, landing our hands, good feet. Just widening this out for the running back. This next one, he gets beat inside towards the end of it. But again, we're moving. Let's walk. And Karlaftis is a good run defender. Look where we're starting, right? We're starting on the ear hole of the helmet. We are getting moved out. Right, safety comes in and makes a good play on this. But if Tracy was able to cut this off here, like, that's a bigger run there. And then on just down blocks, right? Just showing his power, explosion off the ball. Oh my gosh. Right, on these ones, a little more lean, right? A little less posture, more lean. Get into that shoulder pad, drive your feet, and work them down. Next play. Do it again. I mean, look at where we're moving Chris Jones. Right? Get into his chest. Again, a little less posture, more lean, more nasty. Yeah, feet are a little skinny, but we're getting movement. We're driving his ass off the ball. Bellinger on the split zone, and then Scott, who was able to get off on the touchdown. Like, he's making a difference of the Giants scoring points or not in this one. And I actually thought he was better as a run blocker than he was as a pass blocker in his first game. With Marcus Mbow, he did struggle once he went in for Andrew Thomas in this game. You know, gave up sack, 5 quarterback hits, might have been 4, and a pressure. I don't want this to be like let's see this guy, if is he good or is he a bad player. I just want to show. I think it shows what he's going to struggle with playing tackle in the NFL, whether he overcomes it or not. It's the lack of strength and length, but also talk about how moving inside could help reduce some of those issues. So let's get into it. You know, this first play that we're going to get into, hold on, is a sack against George Karlaftis. Right? I don't need to give you the world's greatest analysis on this. George Karlaftis, a good power rusher. Right? Strikes, has length on Mbow, gets him on skates, and sheds inside. Like, it's really as simple as that. And you see Mbow, like, trying to work his hand technique. And again, I think Mbow would be better doing this at right tackle than left tackle. You know, I would like to see him play some right tackle before I fully move on him, try and move him to the inside or whatever. But, like, you see he goes to swipe this right hand of Karlaftis, but he misses on it. Karlaftis is able to get in his chest, and Mbow just doesn't have the anchor strength or the length to recover from this. And Karlaftis sacks Russell Wilson. This next play is not going to be a pressure or quarterback hit, but it just shows the length issues. Again, it's not like Karlaftis is the world's longest edge rusher. Like, this is a good job, good feet, right? This is good stuff here from Mbow. Watch the feet. Watch him throw that left hand out there as a feeler hand to try and get Karlaftis into his move and mess up his timing, get his hands on him. Like, this is good. This is, at this point, this is good tackle play, right? We got good feet. But as we go to work around the corner, Karlaftis has that one arm bar on there. He has the length advantage, right? Sorry. He has the length advantage, right? Mbow's not able to get that left hand really on him, and he's able to work his momentum, use that left hand, jack up that inside shoulder, and work back inside. You know, on this next play, Karlaftis. Right, this is good feet. And Karlaftis is just getting that left arm on him. And the power opens up Mbow's hips. And now he's got a handful of the chest plate, the shoulder pads, and he's just handling Mbow. And so he's able to convert inside, rip inside, and get a hit on Russ. Here, Karlaftis again, just pushing him into the quarterback. I don't want to hear, oh, well, Rush. No, that's like, watch Jermaine Eluemunor on this, and we're going to do a Jermaine Eluemunor segment after this. Right? Eluemunor does his job. Sorry with the fast forward and rewinding. Karlaftis just gets hands on him, works power, and again, Mbow's got like stable footwork in this, right? He's doing what he's supposed to do at this point, right? Duck walking back, working the hop step, right? Both airs trying to re-anchor, but you're on the quarterback's back here, and this is again where I think him being at right tackle would help a little bit. Not to say that all of his problems go away at right tackle, but the quarterback is a little more ready to deal with that. He just gets stunned by the punch of the defensive end here. Stunned, gets off balance. Bam. Off balance, quarterback hit. Here again, working that hop step. This is not terrible, right? This is not terrible. Russ runs into this, but again, watch Jermaine Eluemunor, right? He's not getting pushed into the quarterback. Like Karlaftis gets underneath him, gets under his pads. He does a good job to work this hop step and anchor, right? That's good technique, good recovery on this. But the reality is that he's being squeezed into the quarterback while the other four aren't. And again, Russ maybe step up into this instead of back. I don't know what's going on. But again, this is not to say, both it can't be good, because I want to show you these couple plays right here versus a defensive lineman that works right into him, doesn't have momentum, not working a kick set, and this is where I think where you can see a little bit of how translating inside can help, because you take away the momentum from the rusher, you're more active, bringing your hands to the party. Right, so defensive end gets into his chest, but Mbow works that footwork. He's got hand fight here too. Right, good hand grip, keeps his feet moving. Right, you see some of those issues get limited. Interception to Malik. Here versus the 4-eye. Right, watch the hand usage. Right, you take away that speed to power element from Karlaftis, right, where he's not able to work momentum and have a two-way go. Like, watch Mbow on this. Get hands on him. Right? Work to swap those hands off. Independent hands, right? Hold him with that right hand, left hand free. Get hands on him again. Feet are good. Like, so you see, like, again, I think that's where some of the working inside stuff can help him. He's such an intelligent player. He's got quick feet. He understands the game. It's just power can be a prerequisite, especially out on the tackle spot. So, again, Mbow, I don't know. Again, we don't know when Bow's going to play again. Thomas, we expect to start getting a full load, but I would like to see him work at some right tackle, but I also don't want to see Jermaine Eluemunor go out of the lineup. And you can't just slate this guy as a starter next year. A lot of season left, and a lot of times these things play out. We'll see. But again, I still like Mbow as a player, but you do see some of the issues that happen when he's out of tackle. We'll finish off with a Jermaine Eluemunor appreciation segment, because I think sometimes what happens is we get a player like Jermaine Eluemunor, which doesn't actually happen often for the Giants, where they get an offensive line hit in free agency or the draft. But like, he's a good player. He's not this spectacular, amazing player, but like, he's top 5 in pass blocking efficiency for tackles over 3 games. And you just become accustomed to him without appreciating that player. It reminds me of Kevin Zeitler on his way out. You talk, well, they won't be able to afford him. They need to get a contract, where it's like, all right, well, you've got a hit here. Let's take care of that hit. So let's get into it. Again, this is an appreciation post of Jermaine Eluemunor. So we're going to start with some snatch and traps here versus Chris Jones first in this wide alignment. All right, you're going to let Chris Jones get out there and rush and try and bull rush and lean and use that. So Eluemunor is smart. Right? See how he takes that right hand, throws it out, gets Chris Jones to punch, and then you can't really see it, but with his left hand, you can see the glove flash a little bit right here. His left hand, bam, break those arms that Chris Jones is working to try and break. Let me slow down. As Chris Jones is working to break these arms off of him, that Jermaine pushes that down. Chris Jones has some lean, and you got the snatch and trap. Take advantage of his weight moving forward. Here again, this time for, I think this is Ashton Gillette, the rookie out of Louisville. I mean, that's just easy money. Right? He wants to work power, and this is where Eluemunor, like one, watch the feet, smooth. We react. We react to this defensive end. He wants to lean and power. Just take that left hand. Boom, dumps him. If you want to lean and try and bull rush, all right, fine. You better be ready for me to put you on your ass. Here again on play action. You know, this isn't your normal play, but you know, because this isn't like a regular drop back. This is play action. Just all right, you're leaning. You want to get into my chest and push. Man, dump him. And then your more regular pass sets. You know, here versus Chris Jones. Good job. Again, watch the feet. 1, 2, 3. We're quick. We don't overset. We are patient. We frame this up exactly how we want. We're not opening our hips to give the defensive end or defensive tackle and Chris Jones the corner. We're also not giving him the inside shoulder to jack up and then work inside. We're waiting for that. We're waiting for Chris Jones to work his hands. Right? Chris Jones trying to work a little hezzy, trying to get his hands. Go. Get that punch. Anchor down. Strong grip. Good footwork. Absorb the rush. Next play. I mean, just easy money. Man, the fast forward and rewind has been messing up on me. Easy money here. Again, watch the feet. 1, 2. We got our hips staying square. We frame this rusher up well. 97 goes the chop. Land that right hand. High hand, left hand on his back hip. Keep your feet moving with him. Don't cross it over. He wants to work inside. We're here. We're ready. Right? Hands ready. Push. If he lands that spin, we're ready to punch and mirror with him. Next play. I mean, that punch just stonewalls the rusher. Quick feet, patient. Throw out that punch. Defensive end, strong grip. Can't break those hands off of you. Good knee bend. We're there. Next play, they're going to line up Chris Jones in the 4-eye, looking like they might set up a stunt. Stay connected with Greg Van Roten, right? Don't get too far away from him to allow Chris Jones to work up into this gap or for them to set up a stunt and put yourself in a spot where you're not able to pick up Chris Jones. But again, you still have to take on your defensive end. So absorb that well. Watch as Chris Jones is beating Greg Van Roten. Watch his, I mean, it's hard to see. Watch his left hand. Like we're blocking both guys right now, right? We are holding on our defensive end, stonewalling him while keeping good hands, and then putting that left hand out there, and we're stopping Chris Jones. And I know the ball gets out, but like and gets tipped. That's awesome. That's staying connected with your guard. That's understanding what they may be working on you, and that's just flat out like badass, just winning. You know, here again versus Gillette, just lockdown. Nice, easy, clean footwork. Punch lands. Watch the hands. Reload. Get those hands back on. Strong anchor. He's got hands to face on us. Just keep our feet moving. Easy. Again, get into our pass it a little quicker here. Where we've got the tight end lined up. Close some of that space. Remove the momentum of the rusher. Right? Instead of setting back here, we're going to set here. Remove that space. Get that punch on him. Again, look, defensive end trying to work that hand off him, pull it, and then get in at his hip. And then the last place, again, just Leo Chanel here, like strong, powerful linebacker, absorb the power. Good footwork, land the punch. Again, Leo Chanel's a strong cat, dude. He's certified. Just hop step. Now we even have the excuse of Chris Jones trying to trip us up. Keep strong hands. So good stuff from Jermaine Eluemunor. Obviously, in recap, Andrew Thomas, he's real deal. Marcus Mbow, things to work on. Again, he's a 5th-round pick. I think you got to try different things with him until you figure out exactly where you want to plant him long term. And then Jermaine Eluemunor, steady Eddie, just consistently good. 3 pressures allowed in 3 games. Again, top 5 in pass blocking efficiency for tackles. Somebody's going to pay him. Why not the New York Giants? Why not the New York Giants take care of their own and their offensive alignment? So appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to the, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got everything for the New York Giants because we are fans. We'll see you then. Until then, let's go Big Blue.